sudada tengo. Mallorca, a little island from Spain located in the Mediterranean Sea. With less than 4,000 square kilometers, it receives 17 million tourists a year. The reason? Amazing coast, blue crystal water, great weather, beautiful mountains, little peaceful towns but also large cities full of life, incredible food, welcoming people and an island full of history. It has it all. The reason that brought us here this time is none of the above. We traveled to the Tramontana mountain range to hunt the iconic Balearean BOC, a goat that was introduced in the island around 6,000 years ago, in the Neolithic times, and that will offer us a few days of challenging hunting under the burning sun. Lot of things to learn about the island and its hunting opportunities, so make sure you don't miss this adventure.
¿Qué pasa? O sea, el Stalking, perdón.
Yo no la llevo.
¿Qué tal? Bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien. ¿Qué tal?
Bien, estupendo, ¿no? Es que hay una cabra en celo ahí y está otro grupo ahí, no digamos.
Y aquí abajo también hay alguno.
Aquí abajo hay dos. Es que ahora los de abajo no los veo. Vamos a mirar los de arriba, que ahora los vemos para valorar.
Hay 4 aquí.
Pues tiene una buena barba.
Sí, hay uno que es negro de
El grupo
cojones.
ese se ha tirado aquí dentro, pero ahora no lo vemos, ¿eh? Se han tirado para adentro aquí.
Sí,
Ese es grande, ¿eh?
Este
¿Has
es
visto
grande.
los cuernos?
Pues vamos antes de que apriete la...
La pared de arriba, a la derecha, se ven unos árboles.
Así que vamos a pasar para allá. Y si vemos algo, hacemos...
No, estamos llevar dos.
A ver, tienes un mes para cazar un bolgalo.
So now the plan is you're going with Tony. Alejandro and I, we're going to go and check the rounding. The finca is quite big, the area. So we're going to go and check, and you and Tony, you're going to go to that side and spot whatever you can. Just see the animals. We're looking for a group of males and see if you're lucky and you're capable to hunt it.
We'll try. So we are here we are hunting with Arturo and Alejandro and Tony. Arturo and Alejandro are good friends of mine from a long time. They are the managers from Balearean BOC Hunting, which is one of the outfitters that has properties here with certified areas to hunt the pure Balearean BOC. So super stoked to get to know the box better and
Yeah, have a good experience.
yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's go.
Venga.
Okay.
We'll be in touch, okay? Just roll in, covering the whole country. We are really close, like Mallorca is an island, so we are really close to the sea. So this is typical. We cannot see anything, but goats, luckily, they are very vocal, so they will be making a lot of noises. And the goats, they rat all year round, so you're gonna find goats ratting, males chasing, so we need just to be careful, and every time we see goats, make sure that there is no males with them. So we're gonna keep working slowly our way through the fog, and hopefully it clears up. good because it covers our sound because there's a lot of loose rocks. But for mountain game, they don't care much about rocks because they are throwing rocks at each other all the time. So I'm more concerned about the fact that the wind is going to limit your shooting distance because you are not going to be able to shoot as far or as accurate. So I'd rather have no wind and make noise. The country is beautiful. Freaking amazing, the place. We cannot see at all, so we are just listening. We can hear some males chasing females. It hasn't rained, but just with the fog, all the vegetation is capturing that humidity, and the animals are gonna eat that grass that is gonna be humid, and even in these places that they are super dry, they're gonna still get that extra water. Saves our lives because you guys won't imagine how warm, how humid it is today. But the sun just came out, the sun cleared, we can see a lot, it's getting warmer, but we're gonna keep working our way and try to locate a billy. Guys, we finally located not a normal goat, not a normal billy. It's an absolute giant. It's a billy that they have seen, and that's the one that we were kind of hoping to see. We just located it fully right behind females, going uphill non-stop, so we're gonna try to cut him off. It's a beauty. So the horns just like go wide, turn, twist. It has everything. Vamos a por él, ¿ok?
Hombre, vamos a por él. Que nos cueste todo el día.
Cuchillo.
Me aparece 2 veces.
Vamos, ¿ok? Venga. The billy is up there, and the problem is not the billy. The billy is focused with the females. It's that there is around 50 or 20 females, and those females are going to be the ones that are going to pick us. So I think the best choice is going to be to sneak behind this ridge, try to lose complete sight of the whole herd, go around and pick from above them. That way we will be controlling everything. It will be faster for us to move, because from down here the herd is so spread that there's going to be always one female watching us. So it's going to be really, really hard. They say hunting Balearean BOC, it's easy, but for sure we're gonna work for this one. Okay.
Qué calor.
Tip: when you put a stalk, don't go the easiest way. Go the way that you know is the safest, which typically is the hardest.
Lo que pasa es que el problema fue con la cabra doméstica cuando se abandonó la ganadería. En las fincas de montaña había pastores con cabras. Se vendía la carne, los cabritos. Se recogían normalmente por Navidad, por Pascua, y se lo llevaban pues para las fiestas, que es muy típica la empanada, con carne de cordero, cabrito, y en fin. Luego se abandonó todo esto, mucha cabra pues se subió al monte, se mezcló con la cabra fina, y de allí el problema de la hibridación.
We're gonna peek over and try to see if we see them. And when you guys peek over, never go on the skylines. Try to look for the drop features so you don't skyline yourself. So on that ridge there is a little bush with some rocks and we're gonna sneak in between to peek over. All this terrain that you see, we are in the middle of Sierra Tramontana, which is World Heritage mountain range here from Mallorca that goes from north to south on the western part of the island. Beautiful broken country, really tough. Mountains are not that high, so it's around, the highest I think is 1,400. But you have to take into consideration that the mountains start from sea level, so actually they can be pretty gnarly to. The bill is gone. You must have got inside those caves. And it's super warm, trying to make the most out of the water. And one of the cool facts about the differences between the pure Balearean BOC and the domestic goat that we was introduced is how they have adapted to find water and to resist without water. So scientists have proven that the Balearean goat, since he has been here for over 4,000 years, he has adapted better to dry conditions, to find water way better than the hybrid. So that's the fact of the day. Now let's see if we are as good to find water because not much left.
Un poco frío. Ahora hace un calor ya. Rustic de aquí, sí. Esta es la piedra.
Viene arriba.
El agua termina.
Trampón. Pongas caza de montaña.
Yo ya vi.
He subido en el helicóptero. Lo vamos a hacer frito con ajo. No tenéis que... Por favor, no te quiero ver. Kindan que es manteca de cerdo.
Right, afternoon plan. We're gonna go now. The temperatures drop a little bit. We have been resting, eating something here in this farm. We're gonna head out again and hopefully we'll relocate the big building. Or at least check this one. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? Massive. Some of you might be wondering what's the special thing about the Balearean BOC and what they define it as a different species because it looks like a normal goat. It doesn't look like a normal goat because like if you see the shape, the color, the coat is like very specific, and the reason for that is that the first goats that were introduced into the Mallorca Island, so in the Neolithic age, and since then they have been living here in Mallorca wild, and it wasn't until later in history when other civilizations came that introduced wild cattle, and those wild goats hybridized with this. So now after a lot of effort from hunters to try to preserve, when they found the value of preserving that unique species with so much history, that's when they have been controlling populations, trying to give value, and they have recovered a species that was almost gonna go extinct, not because of anything else but hybridation, so it's pretty cool. So these are the officials from the government, from Mallorca, the wildlife, and they are just double checking that we have everything right. And if we don't have everything right, we will go to jail. So hopefully I have everything here too. Huh?
Yes.
So there is 2 licenses, for a general one for hunting here in Mallorca, and the other one is for hunting pure Balearean BOC. So
I will see the arrow number.
Yeah. In order to have a little bit of control of the arrows that are shot and who shot it, you have to mark every single arrow with a code or with your ID. The code is just for confidential issues, so we have marked them with the code that they gave us. This will be the tags for the Balearean BOC. The hybrids, we don't need this, but the other ones are highly regulated. So everything to make sure that there is no poaching, that the right number of animals are taken every year, and that there is a control towards the management of the species. So thanks a lot, guys, for muchas gracias.
Hemos llegado a los guardas. Ayer también nos dijeron que lo avisásemos y que mandásemos
¿Me van a bajar?
Alright, we have come to a different area of the mountain. We're gonna start lower and try to surprise the goats in between the forest, between the open land. So maybe we'll have better luck than yesterday. Since the terrain is pretty thick, I'm gonna have my bow in my hand just in case. It was a beautiful billy, but it's right out of the hunting area, so we cannot get any closer. We are struggling. July is not the best month. Too warm. Animals quickly bed down, and it's hard to find them, and also hard to hunt them. So. We have climbed all the way to the top today. Today is way warmer than yesterday, and we are not seeing any animals. They must have got inside the forest to get inside the forest for the warmest hours of the day. Typically they will like to bed down up here in these rocks for the night, but as soon as the day starts to warm up, they start heading to the forest. So we are controlling a lot of country. We are not seeing any goats, so I think maybe our only chance is to get now inside the forest and hope for the best. The country is beautiful. Love this place to hunt. It's perfect for the bow.
Creo que está abajo, ¿eh?
Ha caído.
I just hit the billy. I think the first shot might be a bit low, but it was a long shot. It stopped and it was a really long shot. But I caught him again, so we just lay down. So we're gonna give it some time and go see. Vamos a ir por la izquierda. Pam, pam, televisión. Está muerto, ¿eh? It's dead. Lot of blood. It literally only ran 2 meters from the second shot. So, Tony, aquí.
Son los tiros perfectos. Un poquito tiro largo.
Oh God, we did work hard for this animal. What a couple of days. Up and down these cliffs, super warm, like around 38 degrees Celsius. So, and a beautiful Balearean BOC. So.
Congratulations, Pedro.
Gracias, tío.
Super, gracias a ti por haber venido.
Bueno, va bien el arco entonces, más o menos.
Vamos, iba bien el arco.
Tonta.
Sí, claro.
Sí, pero ellos no saben. Sí.
Yeah, they're freaking amazing goats. I mean, literally the sweat is running down my face. Super thankful for everyone that has been part of it. Tony, Arturo, Alejandro, Paco and my wife. So yeah, my first pure Balearean BOC. The most beautiful goat that I have hunted and in a beautiful place with great people. So. Right now we are taking body measurements, and as in many cases and with many species, it's very important to capture data of the animals that we harvest, and this data is going to be archived by the government officials to make sure that we understand the species better and we understand how the species is evolving and how to preserve them better. So hunting is conservation in many ways. Pretty awesome what they are doing, what they have achieved all these years with this goat. I have hunted in many places, but this degree of humidity and heat, oh, it's insane.
Well done, well done. Buen cuerpo, tío. Está grande.
Oye,
¿Qué?
no me has fallado.
No, ¿estabais, ¿alguna había dudado o no?
No, yo no.
Qué sudada tengo, ni me beses.
¡Qué asco!
Donde tú puedes entre Pau.
Además para que se coja.
Ni emperador.
Exactamente.
A largo plazo.
No, aquí no.
¿Y el Arturito? ¿Dónde está el cuchillo Arturito?
¿Lo está haciendo bien?
Muy bien.
So thanks to Big, we got our Balearean BOC with the bow, and now on the next episode, Big is taking control. We're gonna be managing the populations of BOC. We're gonna learn what's the difference between a pure BOC and the hybrids, what's the problematic, and tell you everything on the next video. So subscribe, I guess. Anything else to say?
No.
No. See you guys.